Hey everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at etrailer. Today we have the Titan chain tire chains with the V-bar links. And we're going to take a look at how they fit, and I'll also show you how to get them all installed on your 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander. Now these are going to be extreme duty tire chains because of those aggressive V-studs or V-bars, whatever you like to call it. And those are designed for extremely icy situations, so really bite into that ice and give you that traction. So if you're in a snowy or just regular winter condition, you may want to look into your more standard tire chains that aren't as aggressive. But if you're expecting some really gnarly weather, then these might be the options for you. Now, most importantly, you need to make sure you get the right size. The Outlander does have some different tire size options. So the tire size we have is 255 45 R20. So before you continue, double check your tire size. This tire chain has twist links twisted together to help out with your snowy conditions. But then you also have these V bars for those icy conditions. So it all works together to give you that extra traction. The material is going to be a manganese nickel alloy, which is helpful for a little bit of corrosion resistance so that this will last the whole season. These arrive as a set of 2 tire chains and this canvas bag. So one for the driver's and the passenger side of your front tires. Now the canvas bag is great for having the chains arrive at your doorstep or keeping this inside your vehicle in case of emergency. But what I recommend looking into, and I see a lot of people do, is once they take their tire chains off, they make sure they wash off all of that salt and snow off of it, let it dry out, and then pack it up into a tote. Sometimes they might put oil in there to make sure it doesn't corrode or rust so that it's ready for the next season. So that is an option I've seen people go about and could be a helpful tip for you. So if you have a Mitsubishi Outlander, I really recommend double checking all the things like not just your tire size, but just your clearances around your tires as well. If you're in an area that will be getting a lot of snow or a lot of extreme weather conditions, the first recommendation is always just to look at snow tires first. But sometimes you may be going through an area that requires installation of tire chains. And if you're going through some extreme conditions, then extreme chains might be the one for you. Now here at etrailer, we have all that information on our product pages, and we also have a fit guide where you put your year, make, and model, and that will help guide you through the different options available for your vehicle and for your tire size. And if at any point you're not sure, or maybe you want some personal recommendations or clarifications on some details, please feel free to give us a call. We love helping people out with getting the right things for their adventures and for their vehicles. As for installation, there are 2 common methods. The first is if you're outside on the road in the snow, you may want to just drive onto your tire chains and then make your connections. But if you're just test fitting them to make sure that they work on your vehicle, or you want to install them before you start your journey, that's the method that I'm going to show right here. There'll be 2 connections and making sure everything is tightened down and safe. So if you're curious about that, stick around. What I recommend doing pretty much the moment you get your tire chain is just go ahead and lay it out on your garage floor, take a look at it, and get familiar with how to install it so that you know what to do when it's winter time. So here our tire chain looks really good. Keep an eye out for rust spots or tangles. Another thing I like to look at is the hooks. So I like the hooks facing up because that means when I install it, the hooks are facing away from the tire. You want the flat part of the hooks on the tire. Same thing goes for the studs of the chains themselves. Now it's time to put it on the tire. I like to grab it from the center of the tire chain, and that way as I put it over the tire, it's evenly distributed. You want an equal length of chain on each side, and then you also want it centered around the center of that tire before you make your first connection. The first connection is unfortunately behind our tire. So we have this hook here, and then we have these links. Now, since our tire chain is kind of on the loose side right off the bat, what I'm gonna do is secure our hook to the tightest fit on these links as I can get right over there. And then once you're done with that, you can go back to the front to make your next connection. The front connection involves this link, which goes over this arm like that. Bring that all the way down, and then you're gonna pivot this arm back. That pulls on the rest of the chain, creating a lot of tension. And then you're just gonna secure this arm with this extra link, just like that. So on its own, you already have a good amount of tension, but I always recommend adding a tensioner simply because once you start driving around, you hit icy spots, maybe some rocks, then you may cause the chains to shift. So this is going to be a rubber tensioner. We have sets available here at eTrailer. These just hook onto your tire chains. Make sure that when you install them, you have the hooks facing out and away from the tire. That way, as the chains shift, these will shift with you, maintaining that tension all throughout. As you saw, this is a pretty straightforward process once you know what you're doing. You're gonna do this on the other side of the vehicle, and then afterwards, I recommend rolling forward or driving backward a couple of feet and just double checking that everything looks good before you continue on with your journey. And that's going to be about it for the installation and look at our Titan chain tire chains with the V-bar links here on our 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander.